What's going on, everybody? Coming back at you with another video again on the Toyota Celica. Right now I'm about to take the fuel pump out. There's a little service area in the trunk. Is that my hair? I should really comb my hair. There's a little service area underneath the seat. I'm gonna take a look at the pump really quick because could be bad. Pump could be bad. Someone said it in the comments saying that my pump could be bad, and I was thinking about it, and I think they're 100% right. I'm gonna get started. I think there's only 3 screws holding in the lid, like the cover for the pump. Yeah, you can tell no one's been here in a long time because they're freaking cobwebs. I don't even know if you saw that. But here is the access panel hole thingamababajigga for the fuel pump. Oh yeah, that is the original fuel pump right there, boys. So I'll show you guys. Oh boy. So that right there is the original fuel pump. Nowhere that's ever been taken out before. I'm gonna take it out. So I ended up getting the fittings out that hold the fuel pump, like the fuel lines on. They're actually in pretty good condition. I got the plug out and everything like that. The only problem that I'm having is that the screws that are on the sending unit lid are completely stripped. I got some of them out, but the rest of them are pretty stripped. They do have a bolt head on them, not just a Phillips head. So I'm gonna try using that to get them out. And when I put this all back together, I'm obviously gonna get new hardware. But other than that, it's pretty good under here. It's not too bad. It was dirty, but since I got fuel all over the place, it made everything a lot cleaner. I'm kind of huffing the fumes right now. Feeling a little lightheaded from them, I'm not gonna lie. But it's alright, because that's what you do when you work on cars. You get high. No, that's not what, no. So this is what I got that I'm working with. As you can see, I took that fitting off, and also, as you can see, these bolt heads are pretty stripped. And those aren't even freshly stripped. Those are just so rotted that you couldn't even put a Phillips head on there. Some of these I can actually probably get out with the drill or a screwdriver, but I'm just going to use a ratchet head to get them out. I'm going to size it with the old ones over there, and I'm going to use it to get it out, and then we can pull this sending unit out, and literally straight up. So yeah, let's do that. Alright, there's just one more bolt holding it in. All these came out pretty easy. There it is. Now, moment of truth. Okay, the tank doesn't look too bad. So here it is. Here's the sending unit, the float. The sock is full of poop. It doesn't look terrible, to be 100% honest. I'm gonna put this on my workbench and lay it down and take a closer look inside the tank. So, I don't want to drop my phone in here, so I'm going to have a tight grip on it. This is the tank. It's actually pretty clean in there. Not going to lie, there's not a lot of poop. Obviously around the edges there is, but over here, not too bad. Not too bad. It's actually really clean. So I'm going to take a closer look at the fuel pump and see what's up. Now, it doesn't look too bad, to be 100% honest. The float's good. The sock's a little, dirty, but I've seen worse. To be honest, I could probably get just a new fuel pump unit. Don't think I need the whole assembly. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go pick up a new fuel pump and see what's up. They're not too expensive. I think they're only like 20 bucks just for this pump right here. Let me see if I can get a higher pressure one. That would be cool, just in case for any future electronic performance stuff. So yeah, there she is. Not too bad, to be 100%. Really not too bad. Was expecting worse. 10 out of 10. Well, I don't want to replace it again, but not too shabby, if I do say so myself. Alright, I'm back. It's been a couple days, I think like 2 days, and I was working on the Celica last time. I think I was working on the fuel pump. I ordered a new fuel pump, and that's coming in. It's the 4th of July, so I'm not really expecting it to come in any faster. So when that comes in, I'll do the work on that. I plan on just doing like a little touching up on the car today, but right now I gotta do a little bit of detailing work on the Honda because my wheels are like caked in brake dust, and I want to get them like really clean and stuff, and there's a lot of bug splatters on the car, but I don't really want to wash it because it's really hot out and it'll leave a lot of watermarks, and it doesn't have a coat of wax on it. So I'm gonna wash the car later, but I really just want to touch up the wheels and get that brake dust off. I know it really doesn't make any sense, but I'm gonna do that first. And then after that, I've never seen my dog lay down in front of me like this. You alright? Alright, I'll let you rest. I've never seen you lay down like that before. But yeah, I'm going to be doing some work on the Celica, just touching stuff up, you know, whatever. Really just taking stuff off, painting it, changing some hardware. Just until I get the new fuel pump in. And then when I get that in, I'm going to throw that in the car, and then I got to set the new spark plug wires that I'm throwing in the car. But right now, I'm going to be cleaning the wheels on the Honda. You know what? I'm going to detail this entire car today. I'm going to wash it. I'm going to make this thing look spotless. And I'm gonna wax it. I think my dad says he has some kind of special wax that you can use in like high heat temperatures. So I'm gonna do that. You know, I'm really sick and tired of seeing this car dirty all the time, and it needs a nice fresh coat of wax on it. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I need to charge this camera battery. It's gonna die. That's probably because of the heat. Yeah, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So every single wheel on the car is clean now. They came out really good. No more brake dust. Whew. It's really hard on these wheels because of all the spokes and stuff and the little awkward places. But yeah, you can see where all the bugs, splatters, and stuff like that are all over my window and my hood and stuff like that. This car really needs a layer of wax. So yeah, all the wheels are cleaned. And bird poop, you know, the occasional. Always get bird poop on my car, no problem. So, now that the wheels are clean, I'm actually going to wash the whole car. I'm going to wash it off camera so I can have my battery charge for the camera. And while it's charging, the car is going to get fully washed, and when it's done charging, I'm going to wax the car, do like a little waxing montage on it, and then we'll move on to the Celica. Alright, it's actually been a couple days. I know I do that like every video. A couple days. No, but it actually has been a couple days. And the reason why is because I said instead of just doing stupid stuff on the car that probably isn't really even good for a video, I was going to wait till the fuel pump to come in. It smells like chlorine back here. That's because there's the pool. Why am I looking at that? I'm supposed to be looking at you guys. So the fuel pump came in. Cool. And here it is. I actually have to install this pulley too. I figured out why it was making a stupid noise, and I have a solution that I'm going to show you right now. Alright, so I have this pulley, and so this is what's going on. So I'm trying to do this while like showing you guys. So that's all the way tight, and that's not like, you see there's a lot of gap, and this is what it's doing. And that's that noise that I was hearing. Like, I'm like, why is the pulley making a really weird noise? Because I'm like, it's tightened all the way, and I don't know what's making that noise. So it's sliding back and forth, and the reason why is because I think there's supposed to be like a washer or something in between, and it's not there anymore, because I'll show you that this thread right here, the threads don't go all the way back, so if I wanted to tighten this down, I couldn't. So I wanted to space something out around this little silver ring on the bearing, and to go to to the top part of this sleeve right here. I can't use a regular size washer because if I put that down and then tighten this, it'll crush the bearing inside. It has to be on the inner journal so the bearing can still spin. So what I did was I got one of these lock washers, and I'm gonna hammer it flat, or I'm gonna tighten it like this and have it pull down itself. I'm gonna hammer it flat. It sits perfectly on the ring, on the pulley, and then when I tighten it, this is just by hand. So when I tighten it, it has no back and forth play and still spins freely. That is my plan. So, actually, before we do any of that, let me install the fuel pump. So the fuel pump is on. Ah, geez, it's dark. I don't even know if you can see that. Like, what did I even just say? I don't even know if you can see that. It's getting pretty late at night. The sun's still out, but it's dark in here. The fuel line's back on, both of them, and it's all in. New stainless steel hardware. I just have to plug this plug back in for the cap. I'm not going to bolt it all back together yet. I'm going to put the pulley on the engine first, and then I'm going to, if everything works good, then I'll bolt it back together. So, I'm going to start by just plugging this back in, and then we'll get to work on that pulley. Well, the pulley's back on. It's the next day. I just have this little coolant bleeder to make sure all the coolant's bled right. So the pulley's back on, the fuel pump's back on. Let's give it a shot. And the battery's dead. Sick. Alright, hang on, let it prime for a second.
Still hesitating. Maybe it's just old. Maybe it's got to be driven.
I'm going to buy a compression tester, and I'm gonna see there could be a bad head gasket or something. I think if there was a bad head gasket, there would be oil in the coolant or coolant in the oil. Which there isn't. So I'm gonna get a compression tester and check the compression of the cylinders, whether it's the rings or the valves. So I took all the spark plugs out, took all the plug wires out, disconnected all the injectors, and I wrote on a piece of paper for the compression, and I got the compression tester. So let's see what it does. I'm going to start with just 4 cranks, and then I'm going to do a 5 crank compression test. Alright, so we got 135 pounds of compression on the first cylinder, which is good. The way they mark the red zone makes it look really bad, but 135 pounds of compression is actually really good. So I'm gonna go to the second one. So I got 130 on the second one, which is still good. 130 again. This is it. This is the deciding factor. Let's see. Well, since the first 3 cylinders had pretty good compression, my guess is that it's not a head gasket, because unless the head gasket broke in like a really uncommon place, it would usually see a leak between 2 cylinders, and I already did 3 and there was no leak, and it held compression pretty strong. It wasn't leaking at the valves or anything. So this last and 4th cylinder is going to be the end all be all. It could be a valve, and it could be the cylinder compression, so who knows. I'll be really happy if it's not, but if it is, I'll be really sad. So let's see. Alright, here we go. I have it hooked up to the 4th cylinder. Let's see what happens. I cranked them 5 times, by the way, all of them. So I started with 5. Let's see. That was 5. Oh, please. Oh, that was the highest one. That's like $1.40, $1.35. It's a little bit higher than $1.35. I'm gonna say that's like a $1.38, $1.37, $1.38. So 137 I'll put. So these are the compression numbers. And as you can see, they look fine. 130 is actually amazing for these. Usually on Hondas and these older Toyotas, they're like, yeah, 90's good too, and 90's actually pretty crappy, but this engine's pretty healthy from the rings and the valves, which just confuses me even more. I do not know. I really do not know. And it's holding steady compression. It's not leaking or anything, so I mean, I don't know. I'm lost. I don't understand. My mind hurts. I'm so confused. I don't know. Almost felt trying to take my shoes off while holding a camera. Alright, so what I think is going on is I have no idea. Compression's good. Everything is good. I was starting to think maybe it's just because I'm not driving the car. And because, if it sits a while, something stupid can happen. It runs great, don't get me wrong. Like, it runs fantastic. But it's just that little hesitation. Maybe I just live with it. I don't know what it could be. I really changed everything I think that it could possibly be. And I checked things that it could also possibly be. I looked at the plugs. It looked like they're running a little bit rich. There is a crack in my exhaust manifold. I don't know if that's enough to do it. I don't think so. But that clicking noise that also pops up didn't go away. And I don't think it's any form of detonation or anything like that, or misaligned timing, because if I had the timing wrong, I think it would hit the valves and the piston at the same time, throughout the RPM band, but it only does it at a really, really, really low RPM, which to me is more like a rattle. Because if it's moving really fast, it kind of vibrates less when it's moving really fast, if that makes any sense. And when it's vibrating really slow, it has more travel, which makes it rattle more. I'm thinking it could be a catalytic converter or something like that. I'm probably just going to delete it because I don't really need that anymore. And then I'm going to check it out, see what else is up with the car. Who knows? I'm going to end it off there. And let's see what happens in the future, That's all I can do. See you later, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. The next episode, I really want to get the car painted, but I think I'm going to do more diagnosing work just off camera to see what's up. And yeah, so peace out, everyone.